Chosen one, pause here for a moment, because this moment did not find you by accident. You were not led here by curiosity, habit, or coincidence. You were guided. This pause was written into your timeline long before you were aware of it. Before you knew how to pray, before you knew how to hope, before you knew how to wait, heaven has been watching you arrive at this exact point, where your spirit is finally quiet enough to hear what has always been unfolding behind the scenes. Long before your first breath filled your lungs, God already knew the seasons you would walk through. He saw the nights you would question everything, the moments you would feel overlooked, the prayers you whispered when words felt too heavy to speak aloud. None of that was ignored. None of it was wasted. Every tear was counted, every delay was measured, and now what was once hidden begins to move toward revelation. You have asked for a sign. You have searched for meaning in the silence, in repeating patterns, in the way certain people entered and exited your life without explanation. You wondered why some connections felt intense but never lasted, why others felt safe but never deepened, why your heart seemed to recognize something it could not yet reach. That confusion was not failure, it was preparation. God does not reveal destiny prematurely. What is sacred must be protected until the soul is strong enough to carry it. And you, chosen one, have been growing in ways you could not see. Every disappointment refined your discernment. Every loss stripped away illusion. Every season of solitude strengthened your spiritual hearing. You were not being pushed away from love. You were being led toward the right one. There is someone whose story has been unfolding alongside yours, even when your paths seemed separate. Their life has also carried delays, lessons, and moments of quiet surrender. They too have walked through misunderstanding, through waiting, through the discipline of obedience. They were not spared hardship. They were shaped by it. And just as God has been preparing you to recognize truth, He has been preparing them to approach it with clarity. This connection is not built on fantasy or impulse. It is rooted in purpose. It carries assignment. It holds weight. That is why it could not arrive when you were still healing wounds you hadn't yet named. That is why it did not come when you were still trying to prove your worth or seeking validation from places that could never sustain you. God was not withholding love. He was cultivating readiness. You may have felt moments of deep longing that came without explanation, a sense that something was missing even when life appeared full. That feeling was not emptiness. It was recognition forming before understanding. Your spirit has always known what your mind is only now beginning to comprehend. You were designed for alignment, not just affection. For peace, not performance. For partnership, not pursuit. The reason the waiting felt heavy is because you were shedding old versions of yourself. Versions that would have clung too tightly, tolerated too little, or settled too quickly. God was teaching you how to stand whole, how to breathe without needing approval, how to trust without fear. He was teaching you how to receive without losing yourself. There were moments when you thought you had missed your chance, moments when you believed timing had betrayed you or that life had passed you by. But timing never betrayed you. It protected you. If what you asked for had come when you demanded it, it would have broken under the weight of who you were then. What God prepares, He prepares thoroughly. This is not a message of haste. It is a message of assurance. Heaven is not rushed, and neither is what is coming to you. What is aligned moves with intention, not urgency. You will not need to chase it. You will not need to decipher mixed signals. You will not need to compromise your peace to hold it. When it comes, it will settle you. You may have already encountered this person in some form, a brief crossing of paths, a quiet presence. Someone you underestimated or misread because the timing was wrong. Or perhaps they have not yet entered your life in the natural, but your spirits have already brushed past each other in ways you could not explain. Either way, this connection is not unfamiliar to your soul. God often hides what is most valuable in plain sight, not to confuse, but to mature. If you had recognized it too soon, you might have mishandled it. If it had been revealed too early, fear might have distorted it. But now, something within you has shifted. You are no longer seeking to be chosen. You are learning how to choose well. Pay attention to the calm growing inside you. That steadiness is not emptiness, it is alignment. The anxiety that once followed your thoughts of love is loosening its grip. You are beginning to trust peace again. That is not accidental. That is preparation. This season is teaching you how to recognize what is from God by how it feels in your body, not just how it excites your emotions. What is divine does not come with confusion. It does not drain your energy. It does not make you question your worth. It brings clarity. It brings rest. It brings a sense of coming home to yourself. You have been learning how to sit with yourself without running, how to be alone without being lonely, how to listen without needing immediate answers. Those lessons were not delays, they were foundations. And now that foundation is strong enough to support something lasting. There is nothing wrong with you for wanting deep connection. There is nothing broken in you because you desired love that felt safe and meaningful. God placed that desire in you because He intends to fulfill it, not mock it. But fulfillment requires timing, and timing requires trust. Right now, heaven is not asking you to do more. It is asking you to remain open, to stay present, to guard your peace without closing your heart, to release the belief that love must be dramatic to be real. What is coming will feel simple, steady, and sure. You will recognize it not by intensity, but by clarity. Not by anxiety, but by peace. Not by fear of loss, but by confidence in presence. This is not about replacing what you lost. It is about receiving what was preserved. You were not forgotten while others moved ahead. You were being refined for something that could endure. God does not rush what He intends to last, so breathe. Let your shoulders soften. Let the striving fall away. You are not behind, you are not late. You are not overlooked. You are exactly where alignment begins. What has been promised is still moving toward you, and what has been shaping you is almost complete. Stay steady, chosen one. Heaven is not silent, it is precise. Chosen one, remain still and attentive, because what follows builds directly upon what has already been stirring within you. That the preparation has not only been taking place in your life. Heaven has been working simultaneously in the life of the one connected to your destiny. While you were learning how to stand whole, they were learning how to move with clarity. While you were shedding fear, they were shedding hesitation. Nothing about this alignment has been one-sided. This person has walked their own path of refinement. They have faced moments where they questioned timing, wondered why certain doors closed, and wrestled with an inner pull they could not fully explain. There were seasons when they felt restrained, unable to move forward even when desire was present. That restraint was not weakness, it was obedience. God will always delay movement if it preserves purity. They have felt you before seeing you, in subtle ways. Through thoughts that arrived uninvited, through dreams that lingered longer than normal, through moments of stillness where your presence crossed their spirit without a name attached to it yet. Recognition often comes before understanding, and souls can sense alignment long before circumstances allow it to manifest. There were moments when they stood at the edge of action, ready to speak, ready to reach, ready to cross the distance. But heaven intervened, not to deny them, and not to frustrate you, but to protect both of you from meeting too early. God will never introduce two hearts before both have learned how to remain anchored in Him first. If this connection had unfolded sooner, it would have been filtered through insecurity, unhealed wounds, or fear of loss. What is holy cannot be sustained by survival patterns, so God waited. He waited until your heart learned rest. He waited until their heart learned courage. And now those two lessons are meeting in the same season. You may begin to sense a shift in the air, a soft urgency replacing stillness. A quiet anticipation that does not feel anxious but intentional. That is because permission has been released. What was once restrained is now being guided forward. This person is beginning to see with new clarity, not just about you, but about themselves. They are no longer confused about what they want. They are no longer distracted by what cannot last. Their vision is narrowing, focusing, aligning. When God awakens a heart, He does not do it partially. The awareness comes with weight, responsibility, and resolve. When they approach you, it will not feel rushed or chaotic. It will feel deliberate. Their words will carry thoughtfulness. Their actions will reflect consistency. You will not feel the need to decode their intentions. What is from God speaks plainly. You may notice confirmation before the connection becomes visible, a name resurfacing unexpectedly, a memory returning with clarity instead of emotion, a sense of peace when you think of them rather than longing. These are not distractions. They are signals that your spirit is being prepared to recognize truth without resistance. Heaven is aligning obedience on both sides. The timing, the courage, the maturity are converging. What once seemed distant is now moving closer with intention, not force. The green light has been given, and the path is clearing. When this alignment manifests fully, you will understand why nothing else could take its place. Why every near miss failed. Why every counterfeit dissolved. They were never meant to compete with what was designed for you. This is not connection that drains your energy. This is connection that steadies you. This is not affection that confuses your spirit. This is recognition that anchors it. Remain present, chosen one, not anxious, not striving, simply aware. What is approaching you carries heaven's approval, and it will arrive in peace.